If you've ever felt like you don't fit in, like your path has always been different, deeper, and somehow sacred, this message didn't find you by accident. You were guided here because somewhere inside you, there's a quiet knowing that you were never meant for an ordinary life. You were meant for divine abundance, not just financial wealth, but spiritual wealth. A life that balances heaven and earth, purpose and prosperity, soul and success. Be honest with yourself. Have you ever felt pulled toward something higher, even when you couldn't explain it? Have you faced battles that no one understood, yet somehow you kept getting back up, stronger, wiser and more aware of who you are? Those weren't random moments. Those were awakenings. The universe has been preparing you. You are not behind. You're being positioned. Becoming a spiritual millionaire isn't about chasing money, it's about magnetizing it. True abundance doesn't come from struggle or fear. It flows from alignment. When your energy is pure, your heart open, and your purpose clear, you begin to attract opportunities, people, and blessings that feel almost supernatural. You stop forcing and start allowing, and that's when everything begins to shift. But here's the truth. Most people ignore this calling. They silence the inner voice that whispers, "You were made for more, but you didn't. You're here, listening, feeling something stir within your spirit." That's the difference between ordinary souls and chosen ones. Chosen ones don't walk away from their awakening. They embrace it. So before we go further, let's make this moment sacred. Drop a 77 in the comments right now if you believe this message is meant for you. 77 represents divine alignment, spiritual completion, and the flow of miracles. When you comment, you're not just typing a number, you're declaring your belief that your time has come. And while you're here, help this message reach more souls who are waking up to their purpose. Let's reach 20,000 subscribers together. Every like, every comment, every share expands this circle of light. You're part of something much bigger than you think. Now take a deep breath, because this is just the beginning. Here are the 10 signs that prove you are destined to become a spiritual millionaire. There comes a moment in every chosen one's life when the chase begins to feel empty. You look around and realize that the things society worships, status, possessions, applause, don't satisfy your soul. You might have tried fitting into the system, working hard, chasing recognition, maybe even achieving some of it. But something inside still whispers, "This can't be all there is." That whisper is the voice of your higher self, calling you towards something greater than material success. Spiritual millionaires are different. They don't crave money for its own sake. They crave meaning. They crave the peace that comes from purpose, the joy that comes from helping others, the freedom that comes from living in alignment with their true essence. They don't want wealth to show off. They want wealth to serve, to build, to heal. For them, money isn't an end goal. It's a divine tool. When you start to feel detached from surface-level success, it can feel confusing. You might look around and wonder why others seem content with a lifestyle you can't connect to anymore. That disconnect isn't a flaw, it's a sign. It means your spirit is evolving. You're shifting from survival to creation, from ego to enlightenment. You're remembering that abundance isn't about what you get. It's about who you become. Have you noticed how certain things no longer excite you? Maybe the idea of working just for a paycheck feels suffocating. Maybe you're drawn to projects that bring light, healing, or inspiration. Or maybe you simply long for a life where your energy and your earnings are aligned with your soul's truth. That longing isn't random, it's your purpose, knocking on the door of your awareness. The moment you start to see money as energy, everything changes. You stop chasing it and it starts chasing you. The spiritual millionaire understands that the universe rewards intention, integrity, and vibration. When you live in your purpose, abundance becomes a natural side effect. It's not about how hard you work, it's about how deeply you align. This calling beyond material. Success is the first sign that your soul has outgrown ordinary living. It's the universe's gentle way of saying, you were made for more peace, more meaning, more impact. So listen closely to that inner voice. Don't dismiss it. Feed it, follow it. It's leading you to a life where wealth and wisdom walk hand in hand. Every spiritual millionaire carries invisible scars, marks of the battles they've survived to become who they are. These weren't ordinary hardships. They were divine initiations. While others may have crumbled, you endured storms that could have broken anyone. You faced rejection, betrayal, loss, or loneliness that forced you to dig deeper into your faith. And though you didn't see it at the time, every wound was refining you, not defining you. Pain was never your punishment. It was your preparation. Those nights you cried and prayed for answers, those moments you felt forgotten by life, were the exact points where your soul was being stretched. Each challenge built strength in unseen ways. You learned resilience, patience, and wisdom the easy road could never teach. The very struggles that once made you feel cursed are the same ones that now qualify you for abundance. Think back to your lowest moments, the times you lost everything, the people who walked away, the plans that collapsed. What happened after? You rose. Maybe slowly, maybe shakily, but you rose. That's the difference between an ordinary life and a divinely guided one. You were being trained to handle blessings most people couldn't carry. Spiritual millionaires don't just attract wealth. They carry the energy to sustain it. And that kind of strength doesn't come from comfort. It comes from trials that purify your character. It's the heartbreak that taught you empathy, the failures that taught you humility, the loneliness that connected you to God. You went through the fire so your spirit could glow with gold. Have you noticed how your pain made you softer, not bitter? How it expanded your heart instead of closing it? That's the evidence of divine work. You're no longer motivated by revenge or fear. You move with calm purpose. You understand that everything, every setback, every detour was leading you right here. When people look at you, they may only see your strength, your confidence, your light. But you know the cost of that light. It was paid for with sleepless nights, silent prayers, and 1,000 moments of surrender. That's why you carry peace now. You've seen darkness up close, and it no longer scares you. The truth is, your struggle was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to awaken you. Because spiritual millionaires aren't made in comfort. They're forged in fire. And now that you've endured yours, your blessings are closer than they've ever been. There's a quiet power that surrounds people who are spiritually aligned. They don't chase, they attract. They don't beg for doors to open. They walk in faith, and the right doors swing wide at the perfect time. If you've noticed that opportunities, ideas, or people seem to appear out of nowhere the moment you decide to trust your intuition, that's not luck. That's spiritual magnetism. It's the universe responding to your frequency. Spiritual millionaires understand a secret. Energy speaks louder than action. Most of the world is busy hustling, forcing, pushing, trying to control everything. But when your inner world is aligned, you don't have to shout to be heard. Your vibration does the talking. You radiate clarity, confidence, and calm. People feel drawn to that energy because it feels rare, safe, and real. There's something magnetic about peace. When you stop operating from scarcity and fear, life starts meeting you halfway. You no longer chase money or validation. Instead, you create value effortlessly because your focus is on purpose, not panic. You become a mirror for abundance, and abundance, by nature, loves reflection. Think about those times when things just flowed. You made a decision that felt right in your gut, and suddenly the right call came. The right person appeared, the right moment aligned. That's what happens when your vibration matches your vision. It's not coincidence, it's connection. The universe doesn't respond to your words. It responds to your energy. Have you noticed how life feels lighter when you trust your intuition? That peace you feel when you stop forcing things is proof that you're operating in divine rhythm. And the more you lean into that rhythm, the faster abundance finds you. It's not about doing less, it's about doing what aligns. The spiritual millionaire doesn't live by luck. They live by flow. They listen when their spirit says pause and act. When it says go, they don't waste time trying to prove their worth. They know they are worthy. They understand that manifestation isn't about wanting, it's about becoming. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you are. So pay attention to what your energy is broadcasting. Are you sending out faith or fear, flow or frustration? The universe is always listening. And when your frequency vibrates with gratitude, clarity and purpose, doors open without effort. You don't have to chase blessings. You are the blessing. The more you remember that truth, the more miracles will remember you. There are moments when the universe speaks, and if you're awake enough, you'll hear it. Maybe it's a number that follows you everywhere. 111, 333, or 777. Maybe it's a random phrase that seems to repeat itself, or a song that plays at the exact moment you need reassurance. These aren't coincidences, they're confirmations. When you begin noticing patterns that feel almost supernatural, it's a sign that your energy is aligned and the universe is guiding your steps. Spiritual millionaires live in partnership with divine timing. They understand that every sign is a nudge from the unseen world, pointing them closer to purpose and prosperity. The reason synchronicities appear more often when you're evolving is simple. You've tuned into a higher frequency. You're no longer operating from the noise of the world. You're listening to the whispers of the divine. Think about the last time you were unsure about a decision. Maybe you asked for a sign, and then something small yet undeniable appeared. A message, a symbol, a person's words that carried uncanny meaning. That's the universe's language. It doesn't speak in paragraphs. It speaks in patterns. It rewards awareness with guidance. Have you noticed how things align when you stop overthinking? Suddenly, the right job shows up. The right idea clicks. The right door opens. It's as if unseen hands are arranging everything in your favor. That's not imagination, it's confirmation that you're walking in your divine flow. Spiritual millionaires trust these signals because they know intuition is intelligence from a higher dimension. And here's the beauty of it. The more you trust the signs, the stronger they become. Faith acts like a magnet. When you stop doubting, your spiritual GPS becomes clearer. You begin to feel when something is right. You sense timing, direction, and purpose with calm certainty. You no longer rush or panic because you understand that the universe is precise. Never early, never late. You might even notice strange coincidences in your daily life. Meeting people who share your vision. Hearing someone mention the exact thing you were just praying about. Seeing your favorite number right before something important happens. Each of these moments is like a divine breadcrumb, guiding you home to your destiny. For spiritual millionaires, these signs aren't superstition, they're synchronization. The universe mirrors your inner world. When you vibrate with trust, it reflects alignment. When you vibrate with doubt, it reflects confusion. The key is to remain open, aware, and grateful. So pay attention. The next time a number repeats or a message feels personal, don't dismiss it. Smile and say, I see you, because you're not walking this path alone. You're being guided, protected, and positioned for miracles beyond what you can imagine. There's a different kind of wealth that begins long before the money shows up. It's the wealth of the heart. Spiritual millionaires understand this truth deeply. Giving is the ultimate act of abundance. They know that the more they give, love, kindness, wisdom, support, the more the universe multiplies it and sends it back in ways they could never predict. If you've ever helped someone without expecting anything in return and later found yourself blessed beyond logic, that wasn't random. That was universal reciprocity at work. You've tapped into the flow of divine exchange. The universe never allows pure intentions to go unrewarded. When you give freely, you're telling life, I trust there's more where that came from. And that trust becomes your currency. Fear of lack keeps most people trapped. They cling, hoard, and hold back, thinking that giving will leave them empty. But spiritual millionaires live by a higher law, the law of flow. They know energy must circulate to grow. Whether it's money, love, or opportunities, whatever you release with faith returns multiplied. What you cling to in fear, you block. Think about it. Every time you gave when you had little, you proved something to yourself. You are not ruled by scarcity. You are ruled by faith. And every time you acted from faith, something beautiful found its way back to you. It might not have been immediate or obvious, but it always came. Sometimes as peace, sometimes as a person, sometimes as prosperity. Spiritual millionaires give strategically but never fearfully. They understand that generosity isn't about emptying your pockets. It's about opening your energy. You can give a smile, a prayer, a word of encouragement, or a gesture of kindness. What matters is the spirit behind it. The more you operate from love, the more life bends to bless you. Have you noticed how giving makes you feel lighter? That sense of expansion isn't just emotional, it's energetic. You're raising your vibration every time you choose love over fear. That higher vibration attracts abundance because abundance itself is an expression of expansion. True wealth isn't measured by what you keep, it's measured by what you're free enough to release. The most abundant souls are those who trust that nothing truly theirs can ever be lost. When you understand this, money stops being a master and becomes a servant of your purpose. So keep giving, not to impress, but to express who you are. Give with joy, give with trust, because the universe is a mirror, and what you send out will always find its way back, multiplied, magnified, and perfectly timed. Every time your life changes, it's not falling apart, it's falling into alignment. Spiritual millionaires learn this truth through experience. The people who leave, the jobs that end, the sudden quiet periods that feel uncomfortable, all of them are signs that your frequency is changing. You're shedding what no longer serves your next level of abundance. The more your energy evolves, the more the universe rearranges your surroundings to match it. Letting go is sacred work. Most people think abundance means gaining more, but for the chosen ones, it often begins with losing what's not meant for them. You might find yourself feeling distant from old friends, uninterested in old habits, or even restless in spaces that once felt comfortable. It's not that you've become cold, it's that you've outgrown the vibration of your past. You're moving toward purpose, and purpose requires room. When your energy shifts, life starts removing what can't come with you. Relationships fade, opportunities dissolve. You might even face moments of loneliness that make you question everything. But beneath that discomfort lies transformation. Spiritual millionaires understand that endings are divine setups for new beginnings. Every loss is a hidden promotion. Every goodbye is an energetic clearing for what's truly aligned. Think of your spirit as a frequency tower. When it rises higher, it stops connecting to old channels. That's why certain conversations feel heavy. Certain people feel draining, or certain environments no longer inspire you. Your spirit is asking for cleaner air, clearer energy, and higher company. Don't resist it, honor it. The universe is calling you to vibrate where abundance lives. Have you noticed how peace follows every release? It might not happen immediately, but once the dust settles, there's always relief. That's how you know you made the right choice. You start feeling lighter, freer, and more at home within yourself. That emotional calm is the soil where new blessings grow. The truth is, you can't step into your next season carrying the weight of your last one. Spiritual millionaires learn to let go gracefully. They trust that what's leaving is clearing space for what's destined. They don't chase closure. They create it by choosing peace. They don't cling. They bless what was and move forward with gratitude. So if your life feels like it's shifting, don't panic. Celebrate it. You're not losing control. You're aligning with your calling. The energy around you is adjusting because you are expanding. And the moment you fully surrender, life will fill that empty space with miracles beyond your imagination. There comes a moment when you stop needing all the answers and start trusting the process. That moment is the turning point between fear and faith. If you've reached a place where uncertainty no longer shakes you, where you can stand in the middle of the unknown and still feel calm, that's not indifference. That's mastery. That's the energy of a spiritual millionaire. Spiritual peace is the ultimate currency. It's what allows you to move with confidence, even when logic says you shouldn't. You've learned that worry doesn't change outcomes, alignment does. You've seen that everything that ever left your life led to something better. You've experienced divine timing too many times to doubt it now. That's why deep down you just know the universe is still working in your favor, even when you can't see how. Think about how many times you've faced the unknown before and survived. The job that didn't work out, the plan that collapsed, the dream that took longer than you hoped. Yet every time, something beautiful eventually emerged from the ashes. Each storm made you stronger, and each delay refined your direction. That history of divine recovery built your unshakable peace. Spiritual millionaires don't need guarantees. They live on guidance. They follow the quiet pull in their heart, not the noise of fear around them. They've learned that faith isn't pretending to be fearless. It's choosing to move forward even with fear whispering in the background. Because deep down, they know the future is already blessed. Have you noticed how peaceful you feel about things that used to make you anxious? That shift means your energy has matured. You've stopped reacting and started receiving. You've realized that everything that's meant for you will arrive. Not a second too soon or too late. That calmness is power. It's the highest form of trust. The more you rest in that peace, the more life flows in your favor. Opportunities unfold easily. People align effortlessly. You no longer chase outcomes. You attract alignment. You've become a magnet for miracles simply because you stopped resisting them. So if you're standing in the unknown right now, remember this. Peace is not the absence of uncertainty. It's the presence of trust. And faith is not blind. It's deeply intuitive. You wouldn't be here if the universe wasn't preparing something greater. If you felt these signs, it's not coincidence, it's confirmation. Drop 977 in the comments and claim your alignment. You are not just destined for wealth, you're destined for spiritual abundance. Together, let's reach 20,000 souls walking this path of light, purpose, and prosperity. Your journey isn't beginning, it's unfolding exactly as it should.